My name is Joe Penich, and today I'm going to tie a reverse wing Hobo Spey using a 20mm Partridge Waddington shank. First, I'm going to secure the hook to the shank using 30-pound test Fireline. The hook is an owner salmon hook size 2. The thread to secure the hook to the shank is a Semperfli nano silk 12/0 white and 18/0 white for the rest of the fly. Wrap the 12/0 thread around the shank starting at the halfway point. Build a base and flatten with pliers. Take a piece of Fireline and loop it through the hook and flatten the line with pliers. Next, thread the ends of the line through the rear loop from underneath. Measure the length of the line. You want it long enough to change the hook. If it's too long, it'll tangle around the material. Next, secure the Fireline starting in the middle and wrap it towards the back. Make sure the line is parallel to each other, then back to the middle and whip finish. Next, run each end of the Fireline through the open gap of the shank and pull tight with pliers. Pull the line back to secure from underneath, parallel to each other, and build up the thread. Next, thread the tag ends on each side of the tether and secure parallel to each other on top of the hook, and trim the tags. Build up the thread, whip finish, and add head cement. Next, start the 18/0 thread over the existing wrap. Measure the golden pheasant crest, peel the excess fibers from the crest and flatten with pliers. Place it on top and secure. Next, I'm adding the Uni-Mylar Copper blue flat tinsel. I want the copper showing for the body, so I'll tie it from underneath with the blue showing. Secure it along the full length of the threaded area and build up your thread and add head cement. Next is the wing. I'm using 3 different colors of fox fur for this pattern: black, orange, and yellow. First is the black fur. Take a small section and trim the hide and remove the long guard hairs and comb out the short underfur. Tie this in behind the eye. Make sure you leave enough space for the head behind the eye. Wrap back towards the threaded area. Trim any excess even with the rest of the body. Next, add the orange fox fur on top of the black, slightly shorter, secure, and trim off the excess. And finally, tie in the yellow fur over the orange, slightly shorter, secure, and trim the same way. Next, wrap the flat copper tinsel along the rear portion of the shank to the halfway point. Secure and trim off the excess and whip finish. Next, split the thread, wax, and add orange ice dub loosely. Add your dubbing twister, double over the thread, and spin. Brush out the dubbing and wrap it into a ball shape in front of the tinsel, secured by the thread. Next, prepare an orange dyed silver pheasant hackle, flatten the stem, and fold the hackle, and trim off the tip for your tying point. Wrap the hackle in front of the dubbing edge to edge and tie it off by the stem and trim off the excess. Brush out the hackle. Next, prepare a heron hackle, flatten the stem and fold it and tie it in by the tip in front of the pheasant hackle. Wrap it forward edge to edge and secure by the stem and trim. Wrap lead wire over the pheasant and the heron hackle to keep them out of the way. Next, split the thread, wax, add bluish white ice dub loosely, add your dubbing twister below the dubbing, double over the thread and spin to secure. Brush it out and wrap the dubbing edge to edge, 2 to 3 wraps, secure and trim the excess. Brush out the dubbing and whip finish. Next, prepare a dyed yellow Guinea fowl. Flatten the stem, fold the hackle and tie it in by the tip, in the space between the dubbing and the wing. Wrap the thread forwards towards the wing. Wrap over the wing temporarily so it's out of the way. Wrap the dyed Guinea hackle edge to edge and brush it out. Undo the thread and release the wing. Pull the wing back with your fingers and secure the stem in front of the wing. Undo the lead wire, pull the wing back and secure it with the lead wire again to open up the front portion of the shank. Secure the stem behind the eye and fold it back to secure. Next, take a single strand of flash and fold it over the top of the shank. Secure and do the same thing on the other 3 sides. Next, prepare a natural silver pheasant hackle, flatten the stem, fold the hackle and tie it in by the tip in front of the wing. Wrap edge to edge and pull the fibers back with your fingers and secure by the stem. Take 4 strands of dyed green Amherst pheasant tail fibers and tie it in by the butts on all 4 sides. Undo the lead wire and brush out the fibers. Next, prepare 2 grizzly hackle tips. Measure the length, flatten the stems, and tie it in on each side of the wing and secure. Next, prepare 2 jungle cock feathers and tie them in on each side, left and right. Build up on the thread and whip finish and trim. Add the black thread to cover the white to finish the head. Whip finish and trim and add head cement. Thanks for watching. You can subscribe or leave a like if you want. You can check my other videos for more advanced fly tying techniques.